Hi, my name is Amira with Juno. How are you?
Hi. Thank you for being already here. Thank you. I'm fine. How are you?
Good, good. I just want to check in and make sure that you have everything you need for today. Do you have any questions or the platform? You sound great. The sound is good. The video quality
Great,
is good. Yeah.
great. I'm happy to hear that. Now, I
Good.
don't know if you're the person. I don't think you're the person who I've been in contact with, but I have a video. Uh, it's not a video or from YouTube, but it's a video I have in my screen. I don't know if it seems I cannot find it from here. And actually, your colleagues from IT told me that they were able to play it for us. Do you think that this would be possible?
You mean our IT would be playing it for you?
Yeah.
Do you know who you were speaking with?
Angelica Luna.
Okay. Um, Give me just one moment, and I'm
Thank
gonna
you. Really
speak with my
appreciate it.
team. Yeah, no problem. I will be right back.
Thank you.
I noticed you said it's from YouTube.
No, the one that I have from YouTube, I've just tried to share it and it works.
Yeah. You have
But
it. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but are you using the Google Chrome browser?
yes,
Perfect. So, the best way to show that YouTube video is if you have it open in another Google Chrome tab.
hmm
And then when you go down to the share desktop button,
okay,
so if you click that, you will click on Chrome tab. You see those three options at the top. It says entire screen, window, and Chrome tab to the right.
in a moment, I did something. I opened something else by mistake.
That's okay.
Oh, okay, so
You have
where are
time. You
we?
have
I've
time.
lost you. Yeah, yeah, I'm getting very, no, I'm very excited for the session. So, okay, so I have to go to share desktop
Yep.
and then window, share window.
You will go to Chrome tab. Do you have that option on the very top? There should be a third option says Chrome tab.
Yeah, it's in Italian.
Oh, yes. Okay, so click that and select the where your YouTube video is open.
Yeah, okay. Let
Okay?
me find it. How does it look like? Can you see it?
Let's check it out. It looks good. If you want to expand, great. Why don't we go ahead and play it and let's hear how it sounds. Hmm. I'm not hearing any sound with it.
Oh no.
That's okay. I'll get my team to come pop in really quickly and take a look. Give me just one.
Hello, Stefania.
Hi, hello, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, thank you.
Can you see me clearly?
Hi, Bubakar. Yes. Oh,
Okay.
that's so good. I'm so happy to see you, Bubakar. Now we have Ranim with issues. It says that the session starts in 32 minutes, so she can't get in.
This is Joseph.
Hi, Joseph. It's a pleasure to speak with you again.
Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm very good.
Okay, awesome. No, I'm glad I'm here with my colleague Amira. So if I'm not mistaken, we're having problems with the audio on the screen sharing.
Yeah, I'm going to share it again so you can guys see what the problem could be. Here it is.
Okay. So there's no audio currently. So Stefania, I'm gonna ask you when you screen share. Oh wait, right now on YouTube itself, I think it's muted.
Well, on my YouTube, I can hear the.
Oh, you can hear the audio. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna screen share a tab to you.
Great.
So give me 1 second. I'm just gonna pull up a tab for it. Open link.
Thank you. And then Amira, while Joseph is helping us out with this issue, I have my other co-facilitator who is unable to enter this room. I don't know if we can do anything to assist her.
We absolutely can, of course. What is the name of the person?
She's called Ranim.
How you doing?
Hey, Adam, I'm doing well. I'm just using this room to show screen sharing to a client here. So give me 1 second.
Sure. Ranim, let's see. And what's her last name?
Yeah, let me check because I don't know the last name she registered with. Just let me confirm.
Problem.
Al-Shalak. A-L, and then S-H-A-L-A-K.
Perfect. Okay, I found her here. You just have her, I'm going to go ahead and update her permission. If you'll have her refresh her screen, she should be able to access the room now 30 minutes prior to when it starts, which we're about 18 minutes away.
Okay, thank you. I'm communicating with her.
Great.
With WhatsApp. How is the summit going, guys? Are you busy? I can imagine.
We were in the beginning, but now it's we're getting better.
But you're doing an amazing job, guys. Really, I'm so happy to be part of this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, hi Ashley. How are you?
Well,
hi,
how are
Ranim
you?
is Hi, Ranim. Great.
Perfect.
We are all in. Fantastic,
Great.
guys. Super
That's
efficient.
what I was popping in to check. How are you all doing?
Great.
Good.
Very
good.
excited.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
Well,
so
thanks.
Stefania, let's go ahead and take care of the screen share. I want to make sure that you're able to do that. So I'm screen sharing my screen here.
Yeah, let me expand.
And so when you click on screen share, then you go to Chrome tab. You select whichever Chrome tab it will be, which will be the YouTube like you mentioned. And then make sure you check share audio down here.
Yeah, I didn't do that. Okay.
Okay.
I'll try then.
Yeah, try again and let's see if that works for you. And then I'll stop screen sharing mine so that you have enough room there. There we go. I'm able to hear it.
Is it good?
Yep, it's going pretty well.
Great.
Yeah, should be good to go.
Fantastic. And then, guys, I have another video that it's not from YouTube. I have it on my desktop.
Okay, so that might be a little bit different. We can definitely give it a try just to see how it's going to react. But if I'm not mistaken, the audio is going to come from your microphone rather than directly. But like I said, we can give it a shot here.
Okay, so I should go to share screen again.
Yep.
And then?
It's going to be probably window. Instead of Chrome tab, you can do window. And then look for the video. The video needs to be open first, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. In fact, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
So yeah, it's not going to show there if it's not in there.
But I can minimize it, right?
Yeah, definitely. You can minimize it.
Maybe it is one software update notification. I don't know. It's. Can you see something? I can't see anything.
Not yet. You're not screen sharing yet.
No. This is not. It's not like that. Okay, let me do it again. You know, the problem is that I cannot even see it on the window tab. It's not there. Because when I open the video, yeah, it says there and I have to minimize it.
I didn't mean I was on mute the entire time. First thing I'm going to ask you first is click on the screen sharing button on our desktop first.
So sorry, come again. I didn't understand.
So click on the screen sharing button and then share your desktop. Entire screen. Yeah.
Entire screen.
Perfect. And then now go ahead and show me where the video lives or where you have the video currently.
It's here.
Okay, go ahead and open it up. Okay, and for now, try to play it and see what happens. Okay, so right now there's no audio. Is there an audio coming on your end?
Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead and turn it up so we can try to see. Turn up the audio. Stefania?
Yeah, pardon.
Yeah, no worries. So turn up the audio on the screen like you were doing earlier. No, on the other one, on the video itself.
Sorry.
There you go.
Let me see. Okay, now it's at the maximum.
Okay, and then play. Yeah, we're not able to hear it just quite. So another thing that you can try is click on the screen sharing so you click on the screen sharing option again.
Okay.
So it's going to turn it off and then click on it again.
And
then choose the second tab, which is window. And then look for the video in those windows that you have there.
Can you see it?
No, not yet. Are you sharing it right now?
You know, the problem is that the video does not appear here.
Yeah, okay. So the best option that you have to be able to show that video is to do it through entire desktop or entire screen and then show the video, but there will not be audio.
The song is the best part of that video. It's the most engaging one.
Stefania, do you have the link to the video?
Not really. It comes from our TikTok official channel, but I don't have a TikTok account.
I have a TikTok account, so let me check.
Yeah, great. Thank you. I don't know whether you will be able to find it because it's very, I mean, from last year.
Can you do your screen sharing again? Like share the video again? I think there's the @ sign there. We might be able to pull it up that way.
Okay, so I share the video, I share the desktop again.
The desktop or the entire screen again, yeah.
Entire screen?
Yeah.
Ok. Metto l'audio. Condividi. Okay, it says that my desktop is sharing.
Okay. And then open the video again so that Boubacar can see. There at the top, right below where it says TikTok, there should be an @ sign there. Can you read what it says?
No, it doesn't say anything to me. I can't see anything.
Yeah, up at the top. No, Stefania, up at the top left corner where the video is, above the head of the person. Yeah, it says TikTok.
Yes.
Yep. Down below that word, there's like a little, it's in white.
Yeah, it's at IFRC.
IFRC, there it is. So Babacar, we might be able to pull it from that account if you can see it.
Where? I can't see from.
So the TikTok thing is at IFRC is the account.
IFRC.
The video is keep clapping.
Okay, just a minute. I might be able to use my phone, right?
Let's see.
My screen. Okay, I saw the IFRC account. So just a minute, let me look for the video. The one with the animations, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
He's more concerned also about the sound as well, if possible.
I can see. So let me just write a search.
Easy now, no need to go down. Rock that, run that, this how we frown. Easy now, no need to go down.
Is that you playing it?
I am playing it. Can you hear it?
I can hear it. Do it again.
Easy now, no need to go down.
Yeah, we can hear
run
it.
that, this how we frown. Easy now, no need to go down.
Yes, we should be
Easy
good.
now, no need to go down. Rock that, run that, this how we frown.
Okay. Yeah, so we can hear it just fine when you did that, Stefania. So you should be good and set to go. I'm not sure what you did there, but it worked.
Okay, so let me go back. No, wait. Okay, and then here I am back. I will do it again just to check how I did it.
Yeah.
So I share my desktop. And then what did I do? I did share audio, share screen, share. And then once I'm here, I should open the thing that I cannot find anymore, that it's not here anymore. I've lost it.
The video itself? Yeah. So just open it up.
Easy now, no need to go down. Rock that, run that, this how we frown. Easy now, no need to go down.
Did it work?
Yep, it worked perfectly.
Perfect.
Okay.
So the video is coming now?
Yeah, thank you, Boubacar.
Thank you for your help.
All right.
Okay.
But let me put it on my desktop just in case.
So with that, I think you guys should be set. Is that right? You have all the speakers in your room. You are able to screen share. Your video is working.
Yeah, we are good. We are good, guys. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. I'm going to leave the room for right now just to check on the other rooms, but I'll be sure to check in throughout. If you have any questions or issues, don't forget about the mod chat, which is at the top right corner of your screen, right below your profile. Just click on that if you are on desktop, and that's where we can all do our communication. This is behind the scenes.
Where is it?
Top right corner of your screen.
Top right. Okay, there's
there's chat, QA, polls, and then mod.
Mod. Okay.
Okay, if you click, so it's best maybe to, if you need any help, this is also where we tell you you are, yep, I see what you said. Babakar, you said test.
Yeah.
So if you need help, like, or maybe if you're on mute, we're going to tell you, hey, you're on mute, Stefania. All those things are going to be said on this chat.
Fantastic, thank you.
Okay. And then the moderator will be flipping through the chat and QA to help you either, answer some of the questions or get through some of the questions.
Fantastic.
Perfect. Alrighty, well, you've got about 6 minutes, so this is exciting. You guys are set and ready to go. Take deep breaths, bathroom break, get some water. It's going to be exciting.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome. Enjoy it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So how is it, Stefania?
Good.
Ranim is here.
Good.
And then Ranim, you okay now? You have a stable internet?
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay, it doesn't have to be like mine though.
Okay, I think I found the chat. I was searching.
No. Okay.
So, guys, how are you doing?
Good.
Fine.
You look great. Do you have?
You.
No, you don't have.
It's gonna. We're here in Egypt. I'm gonna break my fast after like 20 minutes.
Fantastic. I'm happy to hear that.
So
I'm very happy to
my
hear that.
water is ready right here.
Perfect.
Okay. Like I have
Perfect.
some 4, 5, 6. I have some three and a half hours more to break my fast. So.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic,
No,
guys. Fantastic. Okay, let me try. No, I don't want. No, let me. Once we go live, I will just go to. I will just share my screen and yeah, we will see how it goes. Yeah.
So is it possible to join from multiple tabs and multiple devices? Like I want to, just in case, my phone to be on.
Yeah, I mean, for now, just have one, and
okay.
then if you need to switch, of course, let's switch. But otherwise, I would not make the tentatives now.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope to be fast enough in sharing my screen and not wasting so much time.
No, everything is gonna be just fine. Five more minutes.
Yeah. Many
Are you
books.
gonna ask us about the vaccine?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to ask you about the vaccine, but just in case, if someone asks from the audience, it would be good to be prepared.
Okay.
But no problem about it. Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, I want to keep everything, easy conversation, not to complicate things. What do you think?
Yeah, that's good.
So let me copy the message.
Yeah, good idea.
Message that you share for the last minute. I'll share it now.
So just a recommendation, guys, keep the time. I mean, speak as much as you can, but let's try to keep to 5 minutes. Okay.
How do you say again?
So when we start, I will play the video, guys, and then I will have to read a script that I was given by that was sent by the organizers. I will have to read the housekeeping rules. Okay, so and then I will just do a very brief introduction of the session, and then I will introduce you. Okay.
Okay. So in the beginning, we're not gonna appear on the screen.
Yeah, you are in.
Okay.
Yeah, you will just be silent for for the time I will have to read this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Nice. I'm very happy that we had an opportunity to meet each other with this for this session, guys. And I hope we will have other opportunities to talk together and learn from each other. It was very, very, very nice.
Well, yeah, I hope so too.
Same here.
We're gonna do a great work.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. No, you guys are doing such a great work, really. Yeah, truly inspiring. Yeah, really inspiring. Mute your phone.
Okay.
I've already muted mine.
Yeah, mine is always on mute. I don't know, for some reason I always keep it on mute, so.
Let me see. Okay, until here I can stay with my papers. No. Great, we have 10 seconds to go.
5, 4, 3, 2,
1,
0.
go. Hi, Ranim. Can you hear me well? You are on mute.
Hey, hello. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Hi, Bubakar.
Stefania, how are you? Hi, Ranim.
Good.
Hello. How are you? I'm fine.
Hello, Ben. Great, let's wait a couple of seconds for someone else to join us.
Okay.
Hello, hi. Welcome, guys, welcome.
Easy now, no need to go down. Rock that, run that, this how we frown. Easy now, no need to go down. Easy now, no need to go down. Rock that, run that, this how we frown.
Great, hi everyone. We really wanted to welcome you with a round of applause from the Red Cross and the Red Crescent movement to thank you all for your time and interest to this session on welcoming the migrants in a pandemic, organized by the International Federation of Red Cross and the Red Crescent Societies, and welcome to the Global Youth Summit at large. Some of you are joining us through the Juno platform, and many more join us through the live broadcast and multiple social media channels. So a warm welcome to all of you. So before we kick off, I will have to read some housekeeping rules. Please note that this session is part of the Global Youth Summit. We strongly encourage you to explore other sessions in any one of the 3 tracks each day of the summit. By joining this session, everyone who will have the opportunity to speak consents to their image and audio being broadcast. By participating in the GYS, you have agreed to behave professionally, respectfully, and be culturally sensitive towards other people, to promote the principle of respect, diversity, and inclusion, as well as to actively prevent and not engage in abusive behavior of any kind that leads to any harm, prejudice, discrimination, or harassment against any person. If you do not adhere to these principles or Summit's code of conduct, you will be removed from the session and potentially banned from the entire event, and the organization that nominated you will be notified of your actions. We have a safeguarding team moderating our interaction on the Juno platform, the live broadcast chat function, and all social media channels. Should you, at any point, feel unsafe or witness concerning behavior, please reach out by sending an email to safe@globalyouthmobilization.org. You may also get in touch with our support team at the virtual help desk. All information emailed to the email address will be kept private and confidential. So now we can officially start. Welcome to everybody. I'm Stefania. I'm very happy to be with you today. Please give me a thumb up or a smile if you feel good today, and if you're ready to interact with us during this session. Great, thank you. Now, during this conversation, we want to share experiences from across the world on supporting migrants. These are refugees, asylum seekers, and other people on the move during the COVID-19 pandemic. Of course, we know this pandemic has affected globally everyone, but it has also affected people in a different way, especially those people who were already vulnerable, who were already facing barriers and challenges. And this group, of course, this includes migrants. The focus of our session will be on the important role that youth have played and continue to play in supporting migrants in overcoming the challenges that they face. So I'm very pleased to have with me youth representatives from Egyptian Red Crescent and the Gambian Red Cross, who will take us through their work. So welcome to everyone. Please use the chat box to introduce yourself, write your names, the country where you come from or where you are, and please feel free to type any questions or comments in the chat box, and we will do our best to address them. So having said that, I don't want to waste more time. I want to take you to Cairo in Egypt and introduce to you to my colleague Ranim. Welcome, Ranim. How are you?
Hello, everyone. My name is Ranim Al-Shalaf, and I'm Syrian, living in Egypt since 2015. I've studied here and graduated from the pharmacy faculty. I've graduated actually class 2020, so I graduated during the pandemic. And I'm a volunteer in the Egyptian Red Crescent since 2017. I'm in the psychosocial support team actually, and we've done a lot of good and many activities during the pandemic and before, of course.
Great, yeah. Thank you, Ranim. It's a pleasure to have you with us. Now we will get back to you with some questions soon, but now I want to take you to Gambia, where my friend Bubakar is. Hi, Bubakar, please introduce yourself.
Hello, Stefania. Hello. Greetings from the smiling coast of Africa, the Gambia. My name is Bubakar Singate. I work with the Gambia Red Cross as the national migration focal point, but also doubling as one of the project coordinator for the migration project of the Gambia Red Cross. So I've been a volunteer from 1999 to 2021, and then I recently joined the Gambia Red Cross as a full-time staff, and then without that, I'm still continuing on my volunteering activities. So I'm very happy to be here. Aside from my work with the Gambia Red Cross, I also engage with major group for children and youth. I've served as regional focal point for humanitarian affairs working group for West and Central Africa for 2 years, and then as well global focal point for the same humanitarian affairs working group for a year. So coupled with that too, I'm currently serving as an interim youth chairperson for my community, Sukuta Youth Development Committee, where I'm supporting the involvement and engagement of people in the development process of our community. So I'm pleased to be here, and then I'm so excited to get this going. Thank you.
Thank you, Boubacar, for introducing yourself. I think I could hear some echo when you were speaking. I don't know if I'm the only one, so please be sure to unmute yourself if you are also connected to other devices, please. I don't know if it's a problem just from my side, but just to be safe, please. We will tell you if we continue to face this problem. Thank you, Boubacar. Thank you so much. So, Ranim, can we start with you this conversation today? I would like you to take us to Egypt and to tell us how is the situation there for young migrants during this pandemic, and what are the challenges that they are facing there?
Yeah, sure. This pandemic was really tough for everyone, and especially about, I'm going to talk about the migrants. I'm going to talk about many points, starting by the education. The education process has suddenly stopped in the beginning of this pandemic, and this was really a shock for a lot of students, especially the ones who are almost gonna graduate, just like I am and my friends. We were in our last semester before graduation, and we didn't know that will ever happen. We were so excited we're gonna be graduated and we're gonna start working, getting our own salary depending on ourselves. And suddenly we're just home, and we don't know when are we gonna go back to the college, and when are we gonna graduate. So that was really a tough time, and so much confusing, so confusing for us. So in the beginning, we just stayed home and didn't do anything. We didn't know how long will it take, days or weeks or months. We didn't know. Then after like a couple of months, we started taking online lectures and had our exams and graduated. Thank God. This is from the education aspect. Later, I'm going to talk about the work. Of course, there's a lot of migrants who are working, young migrants working. In my case, I'm gonna talk about my father. He was working, of course. He's a dentist, and since he is at high risk of getting the infection or affecting other people, so he had to stop working, and the center he's working at has closed. And this is a very big problem because he's responsible about family. And of course, other examples are the same. Also, the travel ban, the families were separated because of this problem. Also, the feeling of being scared to go out of the house and getting this infection. People started to be so afraid and isolated, staying home all the time, feeling so lonely, also bored because they have no work or studying or anything. So these were really tough feelings for everyone here, especially for also the young students who has left their families and moved to Egypt, for example, to study. They are way away from their families, and they're also alone with nobody and no education, and that was really so tough. Yeah. Lastly, I'm just going to talk about the health issues, also about the people who has actually had the COVID-19 disease. There was a lot of pressure on the hospitals, and there was lack of space, so people had problems to access actually the hospitals. Also, lack of the medication, the oxygen tubes. I know some close friends who went through these problems actually, and it was really tough. Maybe others couldn't make it because of this problem, so it's really a very serious one. Yeah, I think I have covered all the points that I wanted to talk about.
Thank you so much, Ranim, for taking us through the challenges that migrants in general, and especially young migrants, face during this pandemic. You have mentioned many issues You have mentioned the disruption of education, the feeling of confusion and uncertainty towards the future, that of course had has and it's still having consequences on, the let's say, psychological aspect, that of people, especially young people. You have mentioned the disruption of work and thus the difficulties in continuing accessing to basic things like food or paying rent. I can imagine. I mean, also you have mentioned something important, that are the travel bans and family separations. Especially for young migrants who moved to Egypt to look for educational opportunities or working opportunities, and of course also the access to medical facilities due to the also overstretching of these facilities due to the pandemic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ranim. So tell me, given these problems, is the Egyptian Red Crescent able to help some of these people, and what do youth do in particular in supporting migrants? Are they an active part of this?
Yeah, of course. In the Egyptian Red Crescent, there are different volunteers ages, around like from between 18 to 30. And I'm including me, of course. We try to help as much as we can by different ways. For example, assisting people with no work that has lost their work because of the pandemic, with some cash assistance and rent payment, as well as distribution of hygiene kits and maybe food parcels. Also, we try to give the flu vaccine for elderly who were at high risk of getting the coronavirus, as well as there was some awareness, raising the awareness against this disease. What is it? What is the COVID-19? What are these their symptoms of the COVID-19, and how can we protect ourselves from it? What are the prophylaxis procedures? And we had tried to go to different centers with of different people with different ages, of course, children, adults, elderly, explaining to them with some simple language to understand this pandemic, what's going on in the world. We tried to give some small lectures with simple language, and we tried to show them how to use the mask, how to use the sanitizers, how to wash their hands properly, of course. Yeah, and a special thing that actually happened during this pandemic that the Egyptian Red Crescent has created is the psychosocial support room and the health services room. Actually, these two rooms are non-physical, it's only over the phone, and they were mainly made to contact with people of the COVID-19 patients. So to follow up with them, to tell them about the disease, to raise their awareness, to keep them in company, to hear them and listen to them about the problems, about what's going on with them. Also, there was some specialists, if there was any severe case, to follow up with it. Yeah, I think I've covered all the points that I had to say.
Thank you so much, Ranim, for sharing your experience as a young volunteer and telling us something about what the Egyptian Red Crescent is doing, especially the young people. You have mentioned so many things. Really, congratulations for your amazing your amazing work. You have mentioned that you are raising awareness and you do a lot of information dissemination and I guess also tailoring the messages to the people you want to target, including children or adults, adolescents, and all the elderly people on what the coronavirus is, what are the symptoms, protection, prophylaxis. I mean, this, I believe, really help in addressing one of the challenges you have mentioned. It's I guess, the feeling of uncertainty. Okay, so what's next? What it is about? What is this? So really, this is very, very important. You have also mentioned the distribution of basic humanitarian items like hygiene kits, food parcels, and most importantly, I think something that really captured my attention was this psychosocial support room. That it's not a physical room, but it's actually a virtual space where you assist people to get in touch with their families and also to comfort them during, I mean, the isolation or maybe the the isolation due to the infection. Thank you so much, Ranim. Thank you. This was really, your testimony was really powerful. So let's go to Gambia. Boubacar. So I'm going to ask you the same questions, of course, that I've asked Ranim. And well, and maybe I should acknowledge the fact that there are so many people from around the world who joined this session. Thank you so much, guys, for your interest. Really, really grateful. So, Boubacar, what are the challenges that young migrants face and have faced and are facing in Gambia during the pandemic?
Thank you very much, Stefania. First, it's important to note that the Gambia is an inbound country for regional migrants, but also a country that serves as an outbound country for a lot of young people moving to other countries to search for a greener pasture. During the pandemic, it was definitely difficult for young migrants who have been here in the Gambia because since March 2020, when the Gambia recorded its first case of the COVID-19, there were some declarations made by the government, and then this result to the closure of border, result to a restriction of movement of people, and then knowing fully that these young migrants coming from the neighboring countries like Senegal, Guinea, Mali, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, and so on and so forth, we're all in the Gambia engaged in different kinds of activities. All right. So when this happened, and also because the Gambia also serves as a transit route for regional migrants within the West African region, most especially within the Sahel region, it was really difficult for these people to move out because the borders were closed and people's movement were actually restricted. So this actually causes family separation, which also has an impact on these young migrants who are actually in the Gambia. Aside from that as well, we've seen the closure of schools. It means like the education was disrupted, similarly as that of Egypt. I think this was across, in almost all the countries. All right, that was it by the COVID-19 issue. The government, actually schools, and then there was no education activity going on. And then what happened was, we have so many young migrants who are also going to school in the Gambia here. For instance, we have refugees, children of from refugee families who are actually attending education in the Gambia. So when school closure was announced, this actually affected them as well. And then you realize that after some few months, because the schools were closed for around 6 months, 6 to 7 months. So after some few months, the educational institutions resorted to going virtual, offering virtual online education. but also the challenge thereof was access to devices, because not everyone has access to these devices that can actually give you, make you enhance your participation in your learning activity to ensure that education, continues. Even if you have access to these devices, the problem would also be that your parents would not have enough money to be able to buy data for you, because by that time the greater focus was around the issue of how do we sustain the feeding of our family. All right. So this was actually a challenge for most migrant families, especially the younger ones who are also in the Gambia trying to make ends meet by themselves, and as well, trying to pay for their education. Moving from that, also, you will understand that it has also, posed a serious challenge on the livelihoods of the people, most specifically migrants, young migrants, and migrants in general, because all non-essential goods were actually shops, where facilities were all closed down. Only, food markets, health facilities were the ones that were operating. But these textile shops in which most young migrants are engaged in petty trading were all actually stopped. So this also affected these young migrants who are in the Gambia within the period of this pandemic. So linking this to the issue of access to healthcare service, because when this happened, it means most migrants don't have to be able to, go to the health facility and access basic healthcare services. So this has affected them significantly. In fact, during the period of the pandemic, the peak period of the pandemic, if hospitals were, operating at a full length before the pandemic, during the pandemic they operated at a half length, just to ensure that there is decongestion, and then doctors are able to actually see all those that are coming to access healthcare service. And then just to make a case in this, for instance, like an undocumented migrant, if I being a Gambian, I can go to the health facility anytime I feel I have the symptoms, all right, of COVID, right? But an undocumented migrant might definitely find this pretty much difficult to go to health facility, because he or she might be undocumented, and when this happens, he or she might come into contact with a law enforcement official, and this could be a deterrent for this individual to go and access healthcare service. And then at the end of the day, it becomes the person becomes severely exposed to the infection, then the population at large would become more exposed to the virus. So this is it in terms of the challenges that young migrants have been facing during the period of the pandemic in the Gambia.
Thank you, Boubacar. You have added really well. You have done an incredible list of things, and you have added also other important elements, like the problem related to the access to devices and internet for education, or what you have just mentioned, the access to healthcare, especially for undocumented migrants. I think that these examples that you have just provided really give us an idea of the exacerbation of inequalities during the pandemic, and the fact, what we were saying at the beginning of the session, that yes, the pandemic has affected everyone, but even more people who are vulnerable, putting them more at risk. And I mean, we will all be safe when we are all safe. So thank you so much, Boubacar, for giving us this comprehensive picture of the challenges and barriers that migrants and young migrants face in Gambia. So now, given that, what is the Gambia Red Cross doing? So I go to the second question, and maybe you can tell us if at the Gambia Red Cross there are many young volunteers, and if yes, what do they do in welcoming migrants and supporting young migrants during this difficult time? Thank you.
Absolutely. I'm happy to say that over 80% of the volunteer corps of the Gambia Red Cross are all young people between the ages of 15 to 35. All right. So these young volunteers form a center stage in every response effort of the Gambia Red Cross. Even before the first case of the virus in the Gambia Red Cross, through its volunteers, were out in the community providing the much needed information, life-saving information to the population, including migrants. Because our work definitely around saving lives. If this is happening, it means we make inclusive package to end Gambians and non-Gambians alike, which of course include migrants, refugees, students, are all captured in our interventions just to ensure that they become resilient. All right. So activities that the Gambia Red Cross implemented during the intervention fight against COVID-19 ranges from relief operation, because when the COVID first case was registered in the Gambia, what the Gambia Red Cross did through its that we beneficiaries, we registered people who are most vulnerable. Of course, we know everyone is vulnerable to the pandemic, but we are the most vulnerable, and this includes the elderly, the differently, the migrants, and refugees, of course, and then this population with relief support, food, cash voucher, cash transfers were made to ensure unconditional cash transfers, for that matter, to be able to restore their dignity to a bare minimum standard. So aside from that as well, the Gambia Red Cross was actively engaged in behavioral change, risk communication, and community engagement activities to raise awareness on people's behavior, because the pandemic started. We were doing high promotion activities. This includes installing hand washing in communities, in public, conducting fumigation in places and so on. So from churches to schools to mosques, to garages, all these were places that the Gambia Red Cross was actively involved in to ensure that we cut the chain of the transmission. And then looking at the activities, that is risk communication, community engagement activities, we raise how the population self-resilience by ensuring hand washing. We show them how to do proper hand washing by producing information materials, but also we engage communities to become behavioral change, because we believe that power in the community members themselves. They can influence their people better. So they were given the tools, the information to be able to reach out, population in their communities to share this with them and to ensure that they build self-resilience. Among these population were, specific focus given to migrants, young migrants, and migrants in general, looking at stateless refugees and people who are actually within the country, but also that they are, because we cannot leave anyone behind. We have to ensure that our interventions are actually covering everyone. From RCC, done community-based surveillance activities as well, written through our years. Looks at volunteers doing that surveillance around the border to ensure they report suspected cases of COVID-19, people who are manifesting signs and symptoms of COVID-19. Looking at contact tracing as well, because volunteers were proactively engaged in contact tracing, reaching hard-to-reach communities using bicycles, motor bicycles, just to ensure that even those that are at the farthest end are able to get the information to be able to build self-resilience. The Gambia Red Cross was actively engaged in providing psychosocial support, and all right, this psychosocial support and counseling was offered to migrants, was offered to the entire population. But also looking at the issue of psychosocial being offered to those of us who are Gambians, felt the brunt of the pandemic because we were asked to sit at, we were asked to put on masks, understanding that all this comes along with so much health issues, concerns. So the Red Cross actually ensured that over, hundreds of volunteers were needed to be to ensure that they carry out support in our communities, to our volunteers, to the migrants, to the young migrants who are living within the country. Moving forward, we've provided access to basic healthcare services, because during the pandemic, the health facilities were operating at a half length, which means if they were seeing 100 patients before the pandemic, during the pandemic, they were seeing 50 patients at a time. All right. So this means that the health facilities were overstretched. Doctors and nurses were put on the front line to provide support to the population, including migrants. So it made it very, very difficult that everyone could access healthcare service at the same time. So the Gambia Red Cross was there to ensure that through its intervention, migrants, young migrants were able to access these healthcare services. This is why I gave a scenario in the Gambia. If you want to access, even if you are a migrant, if you want to access healthcare service, you can still access healthcare service, the same as a Gambian. The only difference might be on the issue of monetary terms. Like if you have to buy a ticket, because when you get to the health facility, you have to buy a ticket to be able to see a doctor for consultation. All right. So if a Gambian is paying, for instance, $25, then a migrant, would pay something like $50. But on exceptional circumstances, even whereas these migrants don't have money to be able to pay for access to medical care, Gambia here, there is that universal access to healthcare for everyone, regardless of their status. Then, you are provided these services. And the Gambia Red Cross is in the forefront trying to ensure that there are referrals made to health facilities and medical bills are covered. This is specifically looking for migrants and migrants in transit. All right. So finally, also, if we looked at our activities, the Gambia Red Cross ensured that our risk communication activities are done in collaboration with migrant communities, which is the most beautiful part of this, because sometimes the materials that are being produced are produced in English language and our native language. Some of these migrants, young migrants, don't understand these native languages, and then they would really need information to be able to build that self-resilience I've been talking about. So we translate these information leaflets to the languages that they can understand better. We work with the migrant communities who are here to be able to produce these information leaflets, information in their languages, so that at least these migrants are able to understand what is being communicated, and then they use this information to build self-resilience.
Thank you, Boubacar. So thank you so much. I'm sorry, I'm sure that we could continue this conversation for hours, and we would be so happy to, to keep listening to you. But unfortunately, I would like to stop you here, just because we have 8 minutes left, and also because we have questions from the chat box, guys, and I really want to address these questions to you. Also, in preparation to the third and last question that I'm going to ask you, that it's regarding what do you recommend to better support migrants during the pandemic or any other pandemic in the future. So keeping this question in mind, okay, now I'm going to read the questions that are in the chat box, so you can also integrate the answers to your to the answer, your answer into the answer. So let's see. Orlando is asking, how can we help people into integrating into a society, considering the language barriers, without making them feeling uncomfortable? And I think it's something Boubacar has already mentioned, something on the importance of communicating in different languages as well. And then Angelica, who I think is from Venezuela, if I remember well her comment, she's asking about undocumented migrants and their access to vaccines. Then we have Ben, Ben and Shantini, who are asking a very similar question. I mean, how can we educate others about the importance of assisting migrants And then very linked to this question, there's another one. How can we fight systematic racism in order to provide access to healthcare to all? So how can we educate people on why migrants need to leave their countries, particularly in this age of online misinformation? And then finally, I'm going to read Filippo's question. What are, in your opinion, the actions that all of us have to do in the arrival countries like mine? Filippo comes from Italy. Sorry, I've lost echo. No. How do we help migrants and fight against the exclusion and discrimination? So, guys, I hope the questions are clear. You can find them in the chat box as well, in the QA session on the right hand of your screen. So keeping in mind this question, now I'm going to ask you, what do you recommend to young people to better support and welcoming migrants? Who would like to start first? Who should I leave the floor?
I can go if that is okay, Ranim.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, go,
Okay.
Bubakar. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So thank you very much, Stefania. So one of the recommendations that I am to give is to ensure that we build synergy as young people, because there lies that, you know, collaborative power in young people. If we collaborate, if we put our energy together, if we synergize our efforts, we'll be able to put up a huge network which will be able to drive a positive change and make impact in the communities. That is one. Two is to ensure that there is advocacy. We do advocacy to amplify the voices of the most vulnerable people. And three is to ensure that we engage communities in our work. We definitely need to engage communities, because within the communities there lies that traditional knowledge, the local knowledge, for them to be able to drive their own change. And then that would also enhance sustainability at the local level. So I would say, let's move from the act of talking to the act of doing. All right. So just to also respond to some few questions from the participants in terms of access to vaccine, I would say here in the Gambia, the vaccination is still going on, and then it's not restricted to only Gambians. Migrants, non-migrants are all welcome to take their vaccines. I've had my vaccine, and then, you know, other migrants who are in the Gambia are also taking their vaccine. So what we can do is just to encourage people to, you know, take their vaccines as, comfortably as they could. Yeah. So the other one would be to the issue of language barriers. I think I've stated this in my communication, in my deliberation that we play. We need to communicate to these people, to migrants, young migrants in general, in the language that they can understand most better. I think this one would enhance the destruction of the barriers that would exist as a result of language. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Bubakar. Ranim, would you like to add something, especially on the questions related to how can we encourage people to speak about migration and the issues that migrants face? I mean, how do you speak about, how do you advocate for migrants during your daily life and your activities? How do you make people feel engaged? And what do you suggest in order to curb discrimination and racism? And thank you for the recommendations you are going to share with us.
Okay. Well, first, I'd like to say that increasing the knowledge and by giving some examples of helping others, how it affected them, that will make a huge difference, and they will make them more immersed, the migrants. Also, like breaking the ice between them and letting them participate with activities. Yeah, that might be having a great impact to them. Yeah.
Thank you, Ranim. Thank you so much for sharing with us your thoughts on this. I think that if I want to try to like make like to put all your consideration in a nutshell, which is very difficult, I think that what we can easily say is that it's really important to engage communities in what we do, to keep people at the center of what we do, and hear from them what would be the best options, also to include them in the societies that are hosting them, and give them a voice. I mean, let's not consider migrants or other people as just a passive, you know, someone that just has to receive as a recipient, but as someone that who has an active role. This is very important, and it's community engagement and accountability. It's a crucial approach for IFRC. So thank you guys for bringing this up. And something also that you have mentioned, and the importance of young people to come up together and be the game changer, and to advocate for the rights of migrants, and for the rights of those people who do not have a voice. And also to explain, in order to explain to the people what are the challenges are, and trying to engage as many as possible in this. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate, we are almost at the very end of the session, and I really hope that you had, I mean, you enjoyed the session. I just would like to tell you, if you would like to learn more about the challenges that migrants in general face during the pandemic, and the work that Red Crescent, Red Cross societies are doing now, if you want to find more resources, please have a look at IFRC webpage, and also have a look at the recently launched report, Lockdown Left Out, Why Access to Basic Services for Migrants is Critical to Our COVID-19 Response and Recovery. The full report is available in English, French, Spanish, and Arabic, and there's also a short version for it. Please, Boubacar, leave the links in the chat bot. And really want to thank you for your time, guys, for your interest and participation to this conversation. Thank you, Ranim and Boubacar. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for having shared with me such a great experience to the summit. And we would like to leave you and to conclude with the session with an engaging video by the Red Crescent, Red Cross. And guys, thank you so much, and please enjoy the rest of the summit. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
I thought I saw a light when you passed me by. reason why I shine. You're the reason why. I thought I caught your eyes. The love is blind. I thought I saw you smile. I thought I saw a light when you passed me by. The reason why I shine, you're the reason why. I thought I caught your eyes. The love is blind. I thought I saw you smile.